Fifth Wave stars Chloe Grace Moretz, and it's a new young adult-based novel movie, this time out in January. Oh boy. And what this movie's about is that an alien race comes to planet Earth, and at first they're just hovering around Earth, in their spacecraft stuff, no big deal at first, until the waves start. Wave 1, basically an EMP taking out all electronics. Wave 2, tsunamis. Wave 3, the bird flu. Wave 4 being basically invasion of the body snatchers. And if those 4 waves weren't bad enough, there's a 5th wave on the way. They just don't know what it is yet. And this movie follows Casey, played by Chloe Grace Moretz, and basically her main goal in this movie is to try to get to her younger brother, who is taken by the military to be trained to fight these aliens because the children are their last hope. Now, when I saw the trailer for the 5th Wave, I was a little interested because I kind of like the concept of aliens taking over and, no more electronics and people dying because of a disease, invasion of the body snatchers type thing, and all that stuff. And I like Chloe Grace Moretz as an actor, especially Kick-Ass. That's probably her best role as Hit Girl. And at first, I was a little into this movie. The first, 50 minutes, 45 minutes of this movie, there was a lot of narration, a lot of exposition, but I was really digging it. I was kind of into what I was watching. I liked the idea, but then the exposition and narration stopped and we actually finally got into the movie, and I wasn't really a big fan. A lot of young adult-based novel movies have been getting crap, like Hunger Games and Divergent and The Maze Runner. I think the Maze Runner series so far, it's pretty good. The Divergent series, it's okay. Hunger Games, I loved it at first, kind of ended a little wrong, but overall I liked it as a series. The 5th Wave, however, I hated this movie, I'm sorry. However, even though I hated this movie, there are definitely some moments of hilarity because the cliches here are just... There's a scene where Chloe Grace Moretz is walking down a forest and she sees the hot guy that she's hanging out with bathing in a river. He's shirtless and some music is playing while she's looking at him behind a tree. And then for a quick second he looks at her and she's like, oh, he saw me, and quickly walks away. That scene, I couldn't help myself. I was trying to contain myself from laughing hysterically because I would have annoyed everyone, so I was just holding in all of these laughs. Mainly my hilarity came with the romance with this movie, because there is a romance between Casey and this other guy who I'll get into in a bit, and it's stale, it's dull, it's some really cheesy lines, like, I didn't know what to choose until I saw you. It's like, oh my god, you did not just say that. You did not just say that. That's the kind of lines you're in for. Oh, and guess what? Love triangle. Love triangle. Yeah, that again. Before I start laughing hysterically at that river scene again, I should probably talk about the acting. It's passable, I guess. It's stable, but nothing really special. Chloe Grace Moretz by far is the best thing about this movie, but that's not really saying much because there are some moments where she has a face. It's like I might have over-exaggerated that, but it's probably that face. Like, her eyes go wide and her mouth just kind of hangs open. It's a weird face to make. It happens early in the movie, and it's a little weird. For the most part, she's fine. Like, the speeches she's giving at some parts are like, okay, but she's fine until she makes that face. It's the face. And the main guy she hangs out with for the majority of the movie, Evan Walker, who kind of has a backstory that I won't delve into because spoiler reasons, he was generic. He was just so generic. He could have been a cool character. All of this movie could have been cool. The characters could have been cool. The idea could have been executed coolly. If that's not a word, but the whole movie could have been cool. Nothing about this movie was cool. And their chemistry, I didn't feel it. I don't buy their romance. And that's a kind of big part of this movie, the romance. I couldn't buy it! Oh, let's go to the other half of the love triangle. Ben Parrish, who Chloe Grace Moretz also has a crush on. He's played by the kid who stared at women in Jurassic World. That's right, that kid. And guess what? He's fine. Like, he's tolerable here. He doesn't do anything bad, really. doesn't do anything really spectacular. It's just not, that's the thing, it's like the acting is stable, and by that I mean they're fine, but they're not better than what they could be, they're not terrible, they're just in the middle of just mediocrity. It's kind of bad when Casey's younger brother Sam in the movie, I thought he was better than some of the other actors. Like, what's up with that? Like, why am I saying that? I shouldn't be saying that. This kid was not very good, but somehow he was better than some of the other actors. It's insane. Liev Schreiber, dude, why? I forgave you for X-Men Origins, dude, because you're in Spotlight. What are you doing here? His character is mainly just giving details. Like, literally, he's only there to just further the plot along with new details. That's pretty much all he's doing here, and goodness gracious, poor Liev Schreiber. Oh my gosh, he does fine. Like, oh, how did they even get you in this thing? There are a couple of action scenes that occur in this movie, and by a couple, I really do mean, like, a couple? Like, there's one really short shootout scene that lasts for 5 seconds. There's a scene that... There is, like, one wasted action scene moment. It's down an interstate. Casey is alone, like, all these cars are everywhere, and it's deserted except for her. There's a bridge, like, right back there, and she's just walking down, and then some bullets start to get fired at her, and she has to hide and stuff. That could have been a really amazing action scene. I think that could have been really suspenseful. It was the perfect setting, too. I mean, there's a bunch of cars to duck behind, there's a bridge behind her that the sniper could be at, or maybe in the trees, like, right over here. It ends after 2 minutes. It's a waste of setting. Okay, actually there is one actually pretty good action scene that occurs, like, near the end of the second act, I think, like, near the end of the middle portion of the movie that involves basically the military of kids, like, going on a mission, and the action, I think, was handled pretty well. Like, it is a little ridiculous seeing one of the smaller children holding this big gun and them just, like, barely holding it up. But I like the way it was executed. I like how they were ducking behind stuff. They use a bus as cover at one point. The camera wasn't shaking or anything. I thought it was a fine action scene. So if I had to give an action scene in this movie props, it would be that scene. Everything else is just kind of lame. There's especially one with a bunch of, like, really high jumps, and it's ridiculous. There's a scene where a guy slides on top of a car hood and kicks a guy over here. That was funny. That was funny. But of course, the ending of this movie sets up a sequel. Now, the Fifth Wave book, it's a part of a trilogy. The third one actually hasn't even come out yet. It's coming out May this year. So of course, the movie has to end with this cliffhanger like, don't worry, we'll be back next year for the sequel to resolve more things. Unless the sequel isn't greenlit, but we'll be back for sure. Maybe. Guys, this movie is terrible. Like, it's not a good movie. The acting is just fine. Like, there's nothing special about it. There's, like, one cool action scene, and the concept is really cool. I was on board with this movie for, like, the first 45 minutes. Even though there was a lot of narration going on, I was still on board with the concept. It seemed pretty cool. They just wasted it on all this young adult novel cliches. I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna have to give The Fifth Wave a D+. As much as I hated this movie, though, and it's a bad movie for sure, I could watch this movie again, because it is hysterical at parts. Like, the cliches are done so poorly that I was actually laughing at some parts. So I could definitely watch this movie again. But if you guys saw The Fifth Wave, leave in the comments below what you thought of it. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe. I'm Jackson Fulcher. See you guys next time.